So in this video we will be handling the forgot password, such that if the user forgets the password, where the user has to type in the email, okay, and then click on forgot password, we will be sending an email to the user's email, such that with that link, okay, that will be reset password link, okay. So when the user clicks on that, we will be displaying an interface where the user will be able to reset the password, okay, and then we are going to navigate the user back to the home screen. All right, so that's the topic for today, and now let's jump into our code. So now let's create a forgot password function within our users API slice. Okay, so we'll be creating an endpoint. Okay, along with login we are going to also make one for forgot password. Okay, and set this to builder dot mutation, nothing new. Okay, we are just repeating ourselves. So all right, and set this to inside an object where we are going to pass in the query, okay, which will receive the data. Okay, so you can just call this anything, but you can call data would sound good. So I'm going to return the URL that we are going to make a request to, like forgot password. Okay, so that's the endpoint which we already created, and set this to inside a template string. I'm going to put in the user's URL slash reset password. Okay, and then the I'm going to sorry, not reset password, it is forgot password. So this is the endpoint that we created within our backend. Okay, so if you go to a server and go to routes, okay, where's routes, there we have our user routes where we created one for slash forgot password, and we are already handling that forgot password functionality, where we will be sending the email, okay, through a package called node mailer, and then we are going to catch all those emails using mail trap. Okay, so if you didn't watch this video, please go ahead and watch this before you build this. All right, so let's get back, and we are also going to make a post request. Okay, so we need to specify the method and set this to post, like that, and next we are going to pass in the data, okay, in the form of body, and then pass in our data, and that's it. So our forgot password endpoint is done, and also let's create one for the reset password. Okay, so that also we created within our forgot password video. Okay, so that is to reset the password, and this time is going to be a patch request. Okay, and also we are going to dynamically get the value of the reset token in our front end. So let's create one for reset password and set this to builder dot mutation. All right, and inside an object we are going to pass in the query, and set this and we'll be receiving the data, and here we are going to give the URL. Okay, and I'm going to just copy this, to save some time, and this is reset password. All right, and then I'm going to pass in the reset token, okay, that we will be getting from the URL params. Okay, so that is coming from data dot reset token. Okay, okay, so and then we are the method, we are going to make it patch. All right, and then the body, which we are going to pass in the data. Okay, so this will contain the password and the reset token, reset token. Okay, so we are going to set that, and I guess it's done. So let's finally export. Use forgot password mutation, so it also suggests you, and again use uh, reset password mutation. Okay, that is coming from users API slice. All right, so that's done, and now let's create a page, okay, such that the if the user clicks on the reset URL, it will show them the interface. Okay, so within our screens, let's create a file called reset password .jsx, and now let's create a function okay, and I'm just going to call it reset password. Okay, so let's create a route for that within our main.jsx. All right, so we have already created one for login screen, and now we are going to create one for the reset password, okay, or forgot password. So that's going to be slash forgot password, and give it element that we are going to mount is the reset password. Okay, so you can also call that forgot password. I guess reset password would be a better name. Okay, so that's auto imported, and let's close this up. Now let's go to slash forgot password. Right, so if I hit enter, so we have a reset password. I guess we can just call this reset password. Okay, so that would also work better. So let's call this reset password. Right, cool. Okay, so now let's print out JSX. For that, I'm just going to my login screen, and I'm just going to copy everything. Okay, because this is similar to the one which we have implemented in the users the login screen. Okay, so let's go to a reset password, and let's replace this with that. And yeah, we don't need any of these. Okay, so we can just get rid of these. Okay, and also we can just change this text to reset password. Okay, so or we can just call it submit. Okay, so we can don't need to specify anything like that. Okay, so that's done, and we don't need this. All right, and now we need to modify the state. Also we need to create it. I guess we need to something's wrong like this. All right, so we have fixed that, and now let's create our state. Okay, so const we are going to create two states. Okay, for one is for to enter the password, and then we are going to create one more for confirming the password. You would have also seen this in other applications. Okay, so that we remember the password. So let's say password, and set password, that is coming from use state, and the initial values an empty string, and let's do the same for the confirm password. Okay, all right, so that's done, and now let's go and handle these. Now instead of this password, I'm just going to say confirm password. All right, and this is also going to be in the form of password. Okay, so that it's hidden, and the value should be confirm password like this, and this is set confirm password. And let's change this to password. I'm hitting Control D, and make that uppercase. And yeah, I guess it's done, and this is not being used anywhere. Okay, so my bad. We do not have this handle login at the moment. Okay, so later we'll be handling that as well, and let's remove this as well. All right, so let's now have a look. All right, so I need to change this to reset password, and we have, okay, again this should be password and confirm password and then submit. All right, so let's change that. So where is email? Okay, login. So can say reset password, and this should be password. Okay, so yeah, that looks good, and I don't know, for some reason I keep missing the W. Okay, cool. That looks good. And now let's go ahead and build this functionality. Now let's go to our login screen, and right below this forgot password text. Okay, so we have written within the span tag. So let's give it a on-click handler. Okay, and we are going to call a function that is handle forgot password. All right, so that's done. So now let's create the function right above the return statement, const forgot password, handle forgot password. Okay, so within this, I'm just going to call this forgot password that we created within the users API slice. Okay, so this URL. So and we also exported that. So let's import this. Okay, that is coming from dot slash slices and users API slice. All right, so now let's go ahead and extract some values. Okay, so that is along with the use login mutation, we are going to extract forgot password and also the login state. Okay, so that is loading. Okay, and I can rename this to is loading password. Okay, so that this doesn't conflict with this login is loading. So and that is coming from this use forgot password mutation. Okay, so I don't know why my PC is a little slow. It is taking time for me to for it to respond to this. So I guess I'll just restart my PC and just get back. So now let's go ahead and handle this. Okay, so we are going to call the forgot password function, forgot password, and we are going to pass in the email. Okay, that the user actually entered. Okay, so email is actually mandatory, and also we need to unwrap this. All right, so that's done, and we need to make this async. All right, so now we are going to first check this email. Okay, so we do not want to send an empty email. So let's say if there is no email. Okay, so if it is left blank, then we can just show an alert saying please enter your email. Okay, so that's done, and then later we are going to do this. Okay, so let's put this inside else. Okay, let's also give a toast message. So if the email is already sent, okay, so we are going to right now open our try catch block. Okay, so if the user has entered the email, so try catch, and within our try we are going to put this inside here. Okay, and also let's grab the response. Okay, so whatever we are sending in. Okay, so let's call this res, and that is coming from this. And now let's if everything goes well, we are going to show the success message. Okay, so we can just say toast. Let's import toast actually dot success, and let's now get it from the response dot message. Okay, so that's what we actually specified in the previous video. So res dot message, and if there is any error, so we are just going to do toast dot error, and then we are going to show in the custom error message that we actually built, okay, in the last video. So we can just call this err. So in order to avoid any conflict, err dot data dot message. Okay, so if there is no any kind in that form, so we are just going to display the error dot error. All right, so this is message. All right, and let's do the same for login screen. Okay, so it's right here actually. So this is not message, this is error. Okay, error dot error. So that's done, and now let's test it out. So everything is done, and yeah. So inside our login screen, I'm just going to click on forgot password. So I didn't enter any email, so it's prompting me to type my email. So I'm just going to type john@email.com and click on forgot password. Okay, so let's have a look. Looks like there was some error. Let's have a look at our console. Okay, this took some time for it to send. Okay, so we get the success message, the token sent to email. Let's have a look at our console if there's any errors of any kind. Nope, there's no error. And let's have a look at our Redux. Let's see if we successfully made the API call. Yes, we did. We have fulfilled the request. Okay, so we finally now need to go and check our mail trap if we actually get our email with our token. Okay, so let's go to mail trap. So if you open up the inboxes tab and click on inboxes, and there we have our reset token. Okay, nice and good. And this is our reset token. Okay, so now we are going to create a screen based on this URL. Okay, so we are just going to create a reset password, and we are going to make a post request to this URL with the actual password. Okay, and then the confirm password. Okay, so let's handle that. So actually we need to also pass in the reset token, okay, in the form of a param. Okay, so that is going to call it reset token. Okay, and actually when we go to the backend we have a different URL. Okay, so that is when I go to user controller and slash reset password. So this is the reset URL that we created, okay, in the forgot password video. Okay, however there is a problem in this. This is running on port 5000, and our front end is running on port 3000. So there should actually be some communication between them, right? So actually this we can hard code to make this work. Okay, later in production we are going to change this value back. Okay, so I'm just going to type localhost colon 3000, that is the front end URL. And actually we don't need the slash API slash users, and directly we can pass in the reset password and the reset token. Okay, so this is the actual reset URL that we are going to catch within our front end. Okay, within our main.jsx, that is the path which we actually provided. Okay, and then we are going to mount the reset password. Okay, so this one. And now we just need to grab in the parameter, that the token. Okay, so now let's go ahead and import a few things. So import use params. Okay, so in order to get the token. Okay, and then use navigate, and that is coming from react router DOM. All right, and next we are going to import use dispatch. All right, and then we are going to import the use password reset mutation. So not like this, use reset password mutation. And finally we are going to import the toastify, and that is coming from react toastify. All right, so we have imported all the necessary, and now let's initialize our use params. Okay, so we are going to get the token. Okay, so if I type in reset token, and that is coming from use params. Okay, so we have already done this in the previous video, so I'm not going to repeat it again. And this is not import, this is const. Next we are going to import use initialize navigate, and that is coming from use navigate. Okay, and the same for dispatch. So I'm just going to replace this with dispatch. All right, and then we are going to get the reset password. Okay, so const reset password, and not like this, and that is coming from use reset password mutation. All right, so that's all we have to initialize, and this should be dispatch. Okay, so now let's create dispatch. Let's dispatch the reset password. Okay, so now right below this I'm just going to create a register handler. Okay, so let's click on this create a event handler here. So on click, and I'm going to call a function that is handle reset password. Okay, so let's create that function here, not forgot password, and set this to a function. All right, and now we are just going to check if the passwords are the same. Okay, so if they are not the same, we are going to throw an alert saying passwords do not match. So if password does not equal to confirm password, and we are going to alert saying passwords do not match. Right, and if everything is fine, and we are going to finally dispatch the action. All right, so else we are going to dispatch the reset password, and we are going to pass in the reset token as well as the actual password. Okay, so which we are going to write it like this: reset token and then the password. Okay, okay, it's not dispatch event. Again I made a mistake. So that's done, and let's finally show a toast message, toast.success, and let's say password reset successfully. Alright, so let's now finally navigate the user back to the home page. Alright, to slash. Okay, so everything is done. Now it's time to test it. And also I forgot to bring in the is loading state. Okay, so is loading. So if it is loading, we are going to show the spinner. So let's go right below this form, and okay, right below this button, and then open up our expression saying if it's loading, then we are going to show the spinner, which I'm going to auto import. Okay, so I guess I didn't do that for the login screen. Okay, so this is the is loading password. Okay, so let's go right under this and open up our expression. So is loading this loading password, and show the spinner. All right, so that's done, and let's now finally test it out. Okay, so yes, everything is working. If there's any error, let's come back and have a look at it. All right, so now let's refresh. Let's see if we have any errors. For some reason it is very slow, sorry guys. No error, so that's fine. Now let's click on the email and enter the email. All right, and click on forgot password. So we have the spinner, and yeah, token sent to email. Now let's open our mail trap and have a look. Let's refresh. Yeah, there we go. We have our request for password reset URL, and this is the reset URL, okay, that we actually modified. So now it is correct from localhost 3000 slash reset password and then the reset token. Okay, so let's copy this and open another tab. Okay, so let's paste in the URL, and yeah, there we go. Nice. So we have our you see reset password and then the token. Okay, so now let's reset the password to let's say 1234567 8, and then let's make a purposeful error, and yeah, there we go. We say passwords do not match, and again we are just going to now type the right password and then click on submit. Looks like there was some problem. Let's have a look at our console. Let's go to our Redux. Okay, so maybe there was not no request was made. You can just see over here. So let's have a look. So actually, I forgot to prevent the default behavior of this. Okay, so I just need to type in again here on submit and then call this function. uh, I don't know, still my PC is slow, sorry for that. And handle is not showing me suggestions also, so I just need to manually copy and paste. Okay, and yeah, now we need to grab in the event. Now let's e dot prevent default. Okay, so now let's try it once again. Okay, so let's refresh, and let's type in the password. Now let's hit submit. Okay, so for some reason there was some error saying that action must be plain objects. So this is usually happens when we do not set up Redux thunk. Okay, so we are not using any of that. So everything is being handled inside Redux toolkit query. So I don't know why it's complaining. Let's anyways have a look. Sorry guys, this should be body and not data. Once again, let's test it out. Now let's go to our reset password screen and type it once again. Hit submit. Again, same error. I don't know why. Let's try this another way. So instead of dispatching, we can just call it as it is. Okay, so we and sometimes we don't need the dispatch. So let's await and make this async. All right, so now let's save this, and I guess everything's working. Let's unwrap this and test it out once again. All right, so now let's test it once again, and I have gone to slash login and typed in the email. So let's click on forgot password, and let's wait for it. Yeah, there we go. We get a success message saying token sent to email. Now let's check our mail trap. Okay, so this actually previously I just checked it if it is working or not. So you can just ignore that. And yeah, there we go. We have our password reset token. So let's grab this URL and let's uh, go here and click on this. Okay, let's enter this URL, and yeah, there we go. We get our user interface, and now let's open up our DevTools, our console, I think. Yeah, so here let's type in the password. Okay, so let's again confirm it. Okay, so and hit submit. Yeah, there we go. We our password is successfully reset. Now if I just go to John's email ID and type in the password, okay, and then login. There we go. We are successfully logged in. Okay, so by this password that we reset. Okay, and we are getting some warning here saying, okay, I forgot to change in the ID. So let's do that within our reset password component right here. That is the ID field. Okay, so we have here ID as password, and we can just set this to confirm password. So all right, so that should fix that, and refresh, so no more errors. And suppose if a user purposefully does this, that is going directly to slash reset password. Okay, and that is, and type in some random token just like this and hit enter, and you see you get the interface just like this. Okay, so if we actually do something like, let's say, reset the password, this would actually fail. If I hit submit, okay, you see token is invalid or has expired. Okay, so even though user has access to this route, so we actually need the token. Okay, so that is why we actually have the tokens in the first place. All right, so so that we can validate with the token which is already in the backend, and only then we can reset the password of the user. So just wanted to say that. So in the next video we will be creating the register user page. Okay, so where we will be just like a login. Okay, so let me just go to slash login, and here we will be having two more fields for the name and for the confirm password, and then we will also be implementing this button. Then later we'll be implementing that feature also in the later videos. And yeah, and so we will be registering the user, and also we will be creating a button here so that we can the user can log out. All right, so we will be doing all of that in the next video.